Alright lads and lasses, welcome back to yet another episode of History Facts, where we shall yet again be going back to World War II, apparently everyone's favourite subject. However, today we're heading east, to Russia. That's right comrades, today on History Facts we're going to be talking about the Soviet Union, and their sad, but also funny secret weapon that they used against the formidable German panzers. And before you ask, no, this time it's not drugs. I know, shocking. No, today we're going to be talking about man's best friend, aka dogs. But first, a little bit of backstory. You see, during the early years of the Eastern Front, the Russians weren't exactly having a good time. To put it bluntly, the Red Army was getting well and truly fucked in every single hole imaginable, while the Germans were getting frightfully close to Moscow. So, in their desperation, the Russians ended up doing absolutely everything in their power to just slow the Germans down. To start with, the Russians did what Russians always do in times of war, by which I mean, they all looked out the window, hoping it was winter, realised it wasn't, and then collectively shit their Adidas tracksuits. Then, when using the entire population of Ukraine and Belarus as a literal human meat shield didn't work, the Soviets needed a miracle. And that miracle came in the form of the greatest superweapon ever. Now, as usual at this point in the video, I'm going to assume that you're asking questions like, well, was it some kind of new anti-tank rifle? Or maybe a rocket of some kind? And I'm just going to say, right off the bat, no. No, it wasn't. It actually was, drumroll please, dogs. It was dogs. But hold on, it gets worse, because these puppies came with a very special ingredient. Explosives. That's right, ladies and gents, introducing the bomb dogs. I say, Dmitri, those Germans sure do have a lot of tanks, don't they? Tell me about it. I just wish we had a better way of dealing with them. What, you mean better than throwing thousands of new recruits at them? Some of whom don't even have rifles? Or shoes? I know, right? I mean, you'd think that would work. Great, Trotsky's ghost! I've got it! Well, what is it? Quick, go fetch the battalion mascot. What, you mean Sparky? Yeah, and any spare dynamite we have lying around. I have an idea. This new system involved training dogs with explosives strapped to their bodies to just cheese it towards German tanks, where they would pull a special cord that would release the bombs, blowing up the tanks. Now, I for one can see absolutely no problem with this. I mean, if it worked, that is. So, did it work? No. No, it did not. You see, the problem with training dogs to run up to tanks and drop bombs is that the Russians only had spare Russian tanks to practice on. So when the dogs were used in battle against actual Germans, they completely ignored the unfamiliar German tanks. Instead, they sniffed out the familiar Russian tank fuel and then, you guessed it, ran straight towards the Russian tanks. Look, comrades! They're retreating! We finally got them on the run! Hey, what's that coming towards us? Is that a dog? Just imagine it for a second, right? You're a Russian soldier on the Eastern Front. You've been tirelessly holding out against constant, brutal German attacks. You've been the witness to some of the most horrific and inhumane carnage in the history of human conflict. But still, after enduring all that carnage, all that hardship, you've managed to survive. And then along comes dog meat with PTSD and a suicide vest. Alright comrades, that's the end of this episode of History Facts. Thank you all so much for watching to the end, I really appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you're not. It really helps me out, you have no idea. Also, if you want to support this series as well as all of my other absolute nonsense, you can by buying me a coffee. The link for that will be in the description and also the comments. Anyone who does decide to donate, I promise I will love you as much as a dog loves not being blown up. Thanks again for watching guys, and I will see you in the next one. Das vidanya.